So here I'll be starting with this first table, that is some prefixes used for big measurements. Okay, Ranjay, I think you are having some problem. So how these units and their symbols are given, you need to understand that. Okay, so first one is deca, hecto, kilo. So how you're going to use it? For example, we are having a unit called meter. Okay, now if you write like this, decameter, okay, so it means what is equals to 10 meter. Okay, 1 decameter is equals to 10 meter, because the deca stands for 10. Similarly, if you are writing 1 hectometer, okay, so 1 hectometer, hecto shortcut is H, so 1 hm is equals to how many? 10 raised to power 2. So 10 raised to power 2, it will be equals to 100 meter. Okay. Similarly, if you are writing 1 kilometer, then it will be equals to 10 raised to power 3, that is 1000 meter. And if you are writing mega, so 1 megameter means 10 raised to power 6. So these are some prefixes which we are using to represent big units or bigger units. For example, if you want to express distance in gigameter, so 1 gigameter means 10 raised to power 9 meter. Okay, so this is about some prefixes that we are using for big measurement, right? Similarly, when we are measuring smaller distances means less than meter. If you want to measure greater than meter, then we are using decameter, hectometer, kilometer, megameter. But if you want to measure distances less than meter, then we are using decimeter, centimeter, millimeter. Like this, these are the some prefixes. Okay. For example, this is 1 decimeter. So 1 decimeter means, so deci we are using small d symbol and m. See. So 1 decimeter means it is equals to how much? 10 raised to power minus 1 meter. Okay. Similarly, we are having 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter, that is 1 cm, is equals to 10 raised to power, how much it is given? Centimeter, 10 raised to power minus 2. Okay. Similarly, if we are having nanometer, okay, so nanometer, where you can find nanometer here, this line, okay, nanometer. And what is the symbol here? Small n. So 1 nanometer is equals to 10 raised to power how much? What is the power of 10 in nanometer? In nano, 10 raised to power minus 9. So 1 nanometer means 10 raised to power minus 9 meter. Okay. So what I'm trying to say, that these are the some prefixes that we are using for small measurement, and these are the some prefixes that we are using for measuring bigger measurement. Okay. So we should be knowing about these units, because these questions or conversions based on these unit, okay, it is going to come in your exam for 1 or 2 marks. Fine. Now let's move further. So as you can see, we are dealing with the SI unit of length. Okay. So what is the SI unit of length? We all know it is meter. Now what is the definition of meter? So definition of meter, this orange box we are going to write, or we are going to learn for example, if we are asking. Okay, so what is the 1 meter? meter, they are saying that there is a platinum iridium alloy, and this platinum iridium alloy consists of 90% platinum and only 10% iridium is there, and this is kept in International Bureau of Weight and Measures. So the length of this platinum iridium alloy, okay, it is accepted universally as 1 meter. So this is the definition of meter that we are going to follow. Okay, rest if any other definition of meter is given, then we don't have to learn that. Now next one, there are some other units of meter. Okay, just a minute. Okay, there are subunits. Subunit means unit which are smaller than meter. Okay, means if you want to measure length which is less than 1 meter or less than meter, then we are using these subunits of meter. So they are centimeter, millimeter, micro and nano. And you have to understand that 1 meter is equals to 1 upon 100 meter, that is 10 raised to power minus 2 meter. Okay, see these all unit conversion you need to remember. It is going to come in exam, conversion units. 1 millimeter, that is 1 upon 1000 meter, and we are writing as 10 raised to power minus 3. And 1 millimeter, we can also write 1 upon 10 centimeter. So you remember this also. Next one, micro. Micro means 10 raised to power minus 6. So 1 micrometer means 10 raised to power minus 6 meter. Also we are telling 1 micrometer means 10 raised to power minus 3 millimeter. Okay. Then next one, nanometer. So nanometer means it is 10 raised to power minus 9 meter. See all these units you will be able to understand if you can remember these. Okay, if you can remember this formula, then easily you can convert one unit into another unit. So right now you have to only learn these units. Okay, we will not convert this right now, but when our class will start, then there during that time the doubt related to conversion unit will be solving there. Okay, right now this only for your information that micron or micrometer, it is used for measuring what? Length. Okay, nanometer, it is used for measuring what? Length. Okay, so to have little bit understanding about the units, okay, I am explaining this you all, because in exam they can ask you that micron is used for measuring what? Time, mass or length, and then you have to remember that micron is for length. Okay, now there are some bigger units of meter that also we will discuss. Okay, we are having doubt here, and the doubt is what is platinum iridium? Okay, see, platinum and iridium, they both are metal, na? Yes, they are metal. So a substance which is made by mixture of platinum and iridium is said as a platinum iridium alloy. Okay, platinum and iridium, they are two different metals. Okay, hope your doubt is clear. Now next one, multiple unit. Multiple unit means unit which are bigger than meter. So we are having here kilometer. Okay, kilometer, you can see here 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter, right? Now multiple and sub-multiple. See, if you see your textbook, here they have written multiple and sub-multiple. So multiple and sub-multiple unit, and here it is sub-multiple or sub-unit. So it means that they are factor of 10. Okay, sub-unit and multiple unit, they are factor of 10 as you can see in the table. But after this multiple unit of meter, they are telling us that non-metric unit of length. Now non-metric unit of length means it has no relation with this 10 raised to power. Okay, like here milli, micro, nano, pico we have studied. It has no relation with this conversion unit. Here we are having different system of unit, that is said as non-metric unit. So non-metric unit, doesn't follow this rule that we have studied before, that is pico, nano, femto. All these units are different and this unit is different, like meter and yard. Okay, yard has no exact relationship with meter. We are just telling approximately that 1 meter is equals to around 3 or 0.3 something. So we don't have any correct length for its measurement. Okay, now non-metric unit of length, here we are using bigger units and afterwards we will see smaller unit also. Now for bigger unit we are using astronomical unit. Now what is astronomical unit? So here you can see it is equal to distance between or mean distance between sun and the earth. Okay, so distance between sun and earth, we know that the distance between sun and earth is not perfectly round, it is elliptical. But after finding average distance, okay, we are getting that one astronomical unit is equals to 1.496 into 10 raised to power 11 meter. Okay, and you need to remember this because in astronomy we are using these astronomical units for measurement. Clear? Now we'll see next topic, that is we are having light year and parsec also. So we'll look at this topic also. Now light year, as we all know, the speed of light is 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. Okay, I hope it is written here. Can you see? 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. Okay, this is the speed of light, means 3 into 10 raised to power 8. This much meter a light can travel in 1 second. And light year means, first of all, I want to put you in your mind that light year is a unit of distance. We can measure distance by light year. Remember this. Okay, this question was asked in your first term exam. We asked that light year represents which quantity? Mass, time, or distance? And many of you have written their time. So just I want to tell you that light year is not for time, light year is for distance. And 1 light year means what is the distance traveled by light for 1 year. Means if the light is going to travel at the speed of 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second for 1 year, then what will be the distance? And that distance is 9.46 into 10 raised to power 12 kilometers. Okay, so remember this relationship also. Next one, we are having 1 light minute and 1 light second. So this also you remember that light minute and light second is also unit of distance. We are measuring distance by light second and light minute. Now next one is parsec. Now parsec is something new for me. Okay, here now parsec, what they are telling, that 1 parsec is distance when the semi-major axis of orbit of earth, that is 1 astronomical unit, subtends an angle of 1 second. Now this is completely new for you. So let me use a screen to make you understand. Okay, so hope you can see this whiteboard. Now what they are telling, that this is a sun. Okay, it is very hot. Then next one, we are having orbit of earth. So this is orbit of earth, and your earth is now revolving somewhere here. Okay, now what they are telling, that this is called major axis and this is called as minor axis. So this short distance is called minor and long distance is called major. And they are telling semi-major axis. Semi-major axis means this distance and this distance. This is called as semi-major axis, and this is actually distance between sun and earth. Okay, we are having a doubt here. The doubt is light second distance covered by light per second? Yes, you are true. Okay, light second means distance traveled by light in 1 second. So what I'm telling is semi-major axis. So this line that you can see, pink one, this is your semi-major axis, and this distance is equals to 1 astronomical unit. Hope you will understand. Okay, 1 astronomical unit. So this is distance between sun and the earth. Now what you have to do? You have to draw straight line from here, and now you're going to draw straight line from here, that is from earth axis. Okay, and then there is some angle made, and this angle, okay, this is equals to, just a minute, can you see on the screen? Okay, what they are telling, that the distance is equals to 1 astronomical unit and it subtends an angle of 1 second. Now 1 second is something very different for us. Okay, 1 second means we know that 1 degree is equals to 60 minute. Okay, this one single dash means minute, and then 1 minute is equals to 60 second. So this double dash shows second. So what you're going to do, you're going to divide 1 degree into 60 part, and then one part of 60 again you're going to divide into 60 part. So it means that 1 degree is equals to 3600. Pranjay, are you able to listen me? One degree is equals to 3600 second. So you're going to divide 1 degree into 3600 part, and that one part will be said as 1 minute. Okay, so what we have done for calculating parsec, this is a semi-major axis. Now from semi-major axis you are drawing 2 lines. Okay, and now these 2 lines, they are finally intersecting and making an angle of 1 second. And this distance, okay, when it is measuring or making angle of 1 second, this distance is said as 1 parsec. Okay, this is astronomical unit and something new for us. Okay, I know parsec unit is something which we have never heard, and nobody would be able to explain you, I'm telling you. So if you have any doubt related to parsec, ask it here only. Okay, is there anyone having doubt? You can ask me in the chat box. I'm waiting here for 1 minute. Okay, anyone having doubt related to parsec, they can see this and understand. I'll repeat again. Okay, yes, I'll give a short summary. See, the center is your sun. Okay, and the movement of earth around the sun is elliptical. So earth is at one the side. So here is your earth. Now you are taking half of major axis, that is distance between sun and the earth, and from here same major axis, that is distance between sun and the earth, you are going to draw straight line from sun and tangent from earth, and then they are finally intersecting and they are making angle 1 second, not 1 degree. If you are having 1 degree divided into 60 part, now again you will get 60 minute. If you divide 1 degree into 60 part, you will get 60 minute. Now take 1 minute from it and again divide it into 60 part. means you are going to divide 1 degree into 3600 divisions, and that one division of 3600 part is said as 1 second. So if you are having protector, you can see how small 1 degree is. Okay, so you have to divide that 1 degree of protector into 3600 parts, and one part of that 3600 will be said as 1 second. You can see this angle is so small that we cannot even see, but our scientists are able to do this. They can even measure this small angle also. Okay, so anyone has any doubt? Let me see this. There's okay, one person is telling that 1 degree is equals to 1 hour. No, it's not like that. See, second and minute that we are studying here in parsec, it is not related to time. Okay, it is related to angle. So don't take this minute second that we are studying here into time. Time is different thing. Okay, this is, we can say, it is a same word but different meaning. Okay, second and minute, they are here in angle is different meaning as compared to time. Fine. Now next one, sir, we cannot measure the distance between sun and earth by using only half to measure axis. This is one of approximate method. Okay, even if I draw a line on a notebook, then you cannot even measure that also with accuracy. Okay, there will be some error. So here, so this parsec method or this parallel, this is just a standard unit we have taken for measuring long distances. Okay, so we have to just understand the concept how this parsec is formed. Okay, how can we get error? So error means you are measuring some the same thing, you are getting different value and your friend is getting different value. This is what is error. Okay, same experiment done by two different people will have different observations. Okay. All right, now we are having just 10 minutes. So we'll move to further next point. Okay. So let's continue after we are going to study about parsec once again. See, you need to learn this, okay? 1 parsec means it is around equals to 3.26 light year. So you can see the distance is quite big. So 1 parsec means 3.08 into 10 to the power 16 meter, and that is also said as 3.26 light year. Now I can ask question in exam, okay, that parsec or light year, which is a bigger unit? Now many people will get confused about this. Why? Because they are not able to understand numbers. So what I'm going to say is that here 3.26 light year, 1 parsec. So parsec is bigger than light year. Okay, and 1 parsec is 3.26 light year. Like I'm saying 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. So meter is bigger than centimeter. Same way 1 parsec is 3.26 light year. It means parsec is bigger than light year. Now next talk, they are talking about smaller units. So if we talk about smaller units, then we are going to deal with angstrom. Okay, just a minute. So these are the two, angstrom and Fermi. Okay, these are two smaller units for measuring distances. So 1 angstrom means 10 raised to power minus 10 meter. You need to remember this. Okay, this angstrom unit is going to come in next chapter also. So 1 angstrom is equal to 10 raised to power minus 10 meter. 1 micron, that is 10,000 angstrom. 1 nanometer, that is equals to 10 angstrom. Okay. See, we are having a doubt here that how we get error. So this error calculation we are going to learn in second topic when we are going to study about vernier caliper and screw gauge. There I am going to discuss errors in detail. Okay, right now we have to only go through these smaller units and some conversion unit that we are following. Okay, next one is we are in Fermi. Now 1 Fermi means 10 raised to power minus 15 meter. Generally, if we talk about atoms and molecules, then there we are using Fermi as a unit for giving the size of atom or giving the size of nucleus of atom. Okay, so in atomic theory we are using this Fermi as a unit of measurement. Now this is a smaller and bigger units of length. It's a revision that you can see. Now next one, they are talking about unit of mass. So here you can see the SI unit of mass is kilogram, and this is a definition of 1 kilogram. Okay, and in exam if you are asking define 1 kg, so this is what you are going to write in definition. What they are saying, there's a platinum iridium alloy which is kept in International Bureau of Weight and Measure, and the mass of this platinum iridium alloy we have accepted it is 1 kg. Okay, and this 1 kg of platinum iridium alloy is taken as a unit for comparing the mass of other bodies, right? Next one, we are having subunit of kg. Now before that, there is a one line given which is very important to you to understand. If you are having a water, 1 liter water, which is maintained at temperature 4 degrees Celsius, then its mass can be taken as 1 kilogram. Now why I am telling this 4 degrees Celsius? Because in chemistry you have heard about anomalous expansion of water. Okay, so that's why you have to take water at 4 degrees Celsius, and then the volume of water is 1 liter. So mass of water will become equals to 1 kilogram. Okay, this is a informative type, so you can remember it. But this is not a definition of kilogram. Okay, definition of kilogram is only this orange box, that is mass of platinum iridium. Fine. Now subunit. Subunit means units of mass which are less than kg. Okay, and as you can see, they are gram and milligram. So 1 gram means 10 raised to power minus 3 kg. Yes, sure, you are having some doubt. Okay, you can ask me in the chat box. Okay, now these things you need to remember this subunits of kilogram, then gram, that is 10 raised to power minus 3 kg. We can also write 1 kg is equals to 1000 gram. Then we are having milligram, and 1 milligram means 10 raised to power minus 6 kg, or 1 milligram means 10 raised to power minus 3 gram. Okay, we are having a doubt here. The doubt is, sir, we have to cool or heat the water to be 1 kg or heat. See, just use a thermometer. Okay, if it is required to cool, you can cool it, but you have to maintain water at 4 degrees Celsius only. And then the volume of 1 liter of water at 4 degrees Celsius will be taken as 1 kg. Then we have milligram, and 1 milligram means 10 raised to power minus 6 kg. Now multiple units means bigger unit of kilogram. Okay, so we are using quintal and metric ton. So you have to remember this also. 1 quintal means 100 kg, and 1 metric ton, it means 1000 kg. Also remember that 1 metric ton is equals to 10 quintal. So these unit of mass we have to remember. Now next thing we are going to talk about atomic mass unit. Okay, atomic mass unit we have heard in chemistry, the mass of atoms, the mass of electrons, protons and neutrons, they are measured in atomic mass unit. Okay, and the mass of one proton, that is said as 1 AMU, and it is written as 1.66 into 10 raised to the power minus 27 kg. Okay, so this is a very small unit of mass. Okay? They are telling about mass of one proton. See, very small. Even we cannot see them. That much small it is. Now, solar mass means, okay, mass of sun. Okay, remember this. Solar mass means mass of sun. Last year I asked what is solar mass. Some students have written that mass of solar system. I know that the mass of solar system, okay, but is quite near to mass of sun. You have to write mass of sun only. If you are writing mass of solar system, then your answer is wrong. Okay, solar mass means it is mass of sun. And how much is the mass of sun? 2 into 10 raised to power 30 kg. Okay, now this is the summary that what we have studied. Okay, now this is the unit of time. So in unit of time, what you can see, we are having solar day, that is of 24 hours. You're going, I think all of you know that in one day there is 86,400 seconds. Okay, or in other words, in 24 hours there is 86,400 seconds, and SI unit of time is second.